Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you all? I hope you all are doing really well with your families and enjoying your vacations. It's been a great pleasure to interact with all of you after a long time. So it's time to learn something new. Our topic for today is gerunds and infinitives. You all must be curious to know what it is. So let's start with gerunds. Can you all see 5 different actions which are written over here, which I like to do, which is playing, giving, swimming, studying, and collecting. And there could be many more which you all like to do. Okay, now can you all observe what is similar in all these 5 words? Yeah, just concentrate here. Think about it. It's ing, no, it's ing. If I remove ing from all these 5 things, so what will left behind? Play, swim, give, study, and collect. And after removing ing from these words, we will get 5 new words which are actions. Play, swim, give, study, collect. These all are verbs. So after adding ing with a verb, we are getting a gerund. But there is a confusion here. As we have studied continuous tense before, we use ing form of verb in continuous tense. But gerunds do not act as verbs. We use gerunds as noun. Let's see. Okay. We use gerunds as the subject or object of a sentence. For example, look at sentence number 1. Collecting flowers is my hobby. Collecting flowers is the subject in this sentence. In the next one, we are using collecting as object. I like collecting flowers. In this sentence, we are having a subject, which is I. We are having a verb, which is like. I like, he like, she like. We use like as a verb. And collecting flowers is the object in this sentence. So keep this thing in mind. When we use gerunds, we already have a verb in our sentence. Just like in the number 1, we are having an auxiliary verb or a helping verb is, and in the next one, we are having a main verb like. But we are using collecting as a subject or an object. So it means we treat gerunds as nouns. We use the gerund form of a word when it is the subject of a sentence. Just like swimming is my favorite sport. If I remove ing from here, it will become swim. I like to swim. But we are using swimming here. And swimming is acting as the subject of the sentence. Now look at the next one. Playing the piano is my favorite way to relax. Identify the verb in this sentence. Yes, we are having an auxiliary verb in this sentence, which is. And playing the piano is the subject of this. We are having few more examples to learn gerunds. Just look at this. I enjoy watching football on TV. I hate traveling by coach. She started playing the guitar 2 years ago. In all these 3 sentences, we are having a main verb. Enjoy, hate, and started. And we are having a gerund in all these 3 sentences. Watching, traveling, and playing. And all these 3 gerunds are acting as objects. I enjoy watching, I hate traveling, she started playing. We are having complete sentence with subject, verb, and object. We mostly use gerunds after these specific verbs. Hmm. I like swimming. I hate writing. I dislike waiting for a long time. And we have many more verbs. These are the most common verbs which we use with gerunds. I start writing, I stop reading, I continue playing, I begin eating, I finish learning, I quit fighting, I give up, I practice, and there are many more. Remember, forget, avoid, can't help. And many words and many verbs here express emotions. Okay, now let's check these nouns: shopping, swimming, fishing, skiing, etc. These all are gerunds and these all are nouns also. Have a look at this. We can use these nouns with ing form of verb in continuous tenses. For example, we are going shopping, he is going shopping, or I am going shopping, or I go swimming, we are going for fishing, we are going for skiing, we are going for shopping. We are having going here, which indicates continuous tense, and the object is a gerund: shopping, swimming, fishing, skiing. You all had a confusion that if we are already having ing with the verb, then why we are having another verb with an ing. So keep this thing in mind. Going is acting as the verb, main verb here, and shopping is acting as object, a noun, and which is also a gerund. Now let's do this a small activity to understand gerunds more. In first sentence, we are having paint in brackets. In all these sentences, we have been giving verb in brackets. Paint, listen, play, set, emigrate, dance. You have to complete these sentences by inserting a gerund. For example, let me do sentence number 1 for you. She likes painting. Like is a verb here. She is the subject. And we have to insert an object. She likes what? She likes painting. Now let's check the next one. I can't bear listening to loud music. In this sentence, bear is a verb here. Bear is also a noun, which is an animal, and bear is also a verb. It means I cannot tolerate loud music. Okay? Now check the next sentence. He enjoys playing tennis. In all these remaining sentences, we have to use gerund as an object. Now note down these sentences in your copy and try to complete it. We are having 4 more sentences. She's crazy about dash romantic poems. I can't help dash when I watch Mr. Bean. I can't imagine. Okay, in this sentence we are having be in the bracket. As we have studied before, when we are having be, it means we have to use an auxiliary verb. And after adding ing with it, I can't imagine being anywhere else but here. We simply have to use ing to make it a gerund. It doesn't mean we have to use any helping verb over here. It simply make it a gerund after adding an ing. You should give up dash. Note down all these 10 sentences in your copy and complete it. After completing this activity, send me the image of this homework in the group. Let's move to the second part of our topic today, which is infinitives. Now you must be curious again to know and learn what it is? So come and let's explore it. Just like gerunds, we make infinitives by adding to with the main verb. To see, to play, to hear, to go, to speak, and to work. And like gerunds, we definitely need a main verb in the sentence to use with infinitives. For example, just look over here. We have bare infinitives, which is the first form. See, hear, speak. All the actions, all the verbs are bare infinitives. But when we add to with this, to play, to work, to go, to speak, to hear, it becomes full infinitives. Let's check these examples over here. When I grow up, I want to become a musician. In this sentence, we are having a verb grow, and we are also having another verb want. I want to become a musician. It is basically a compound sentence, and we are having two different clauses. I want to become a musician. It's a complete clause. We have studied clauses before, and to make a compound sentence, we need a main clause within subordinate clause. And we divide these two clauses with the help of conjunction or a punctuation. As we are using a comma over here to divide both these clauses. I want to become a musician is the main clause. When I grow up is an subordinate clause in this sentence. And want and grow both are verbs. But we will consider verb of the main clause, want, to become a musician is acting as object over here. Again, you can see we are having a subject I, then verb want, and object is to become a musician. In the next sentence, he offered me a cold beer, but I refused to drink it. This is again this one is again a compound sentence. He offered me a cold beer. This is the main clause, but I refused to drink it. But is the connective, and I refuse to drink it is the subordinate clause. And we are using refused as the main verb and infinitive as the object to drink. In the next one, again we are having a compound sentence. He invited me to go for a dinner, but I did not have the time. Invited is the main clause and to go for dinner is the object of the sentence. He invited me to go for dinner. If we do not add subordinate clause, it doesn't mean that we cannot use infinitives with single clauses or independent clauses. No, it is not necessary that we can use infinitives in compound sentences. If I remove I didn't have the time, the subordinate clause from this one, he invited me to go for dinner. This is also okay to use infinitives with independent clauses. Let's check how we can use infinitives with adjectives. It's nice to see you again. It was hard to say goodbye after the holidays. In both these sentences, we are having adjectives before infinitives. We are not having verb over here. So we can also use adjectives at the place of verbs to form sentences. It's nice to see you again. It's hard to say goodbye. It is difficult to come back. It is easy to complete the task timely, etc. These are the another uses of infinitive. Okay, now let's check this one. In this structure, we can also use infinitives with adjective and with I am. I'm sorry to ruin your assignment. I'm surprised to see you. I'm pleased to welcome you. I'm glad to meet you. I'm happy to complete the task timely. I'm amazed to greet you. I'm delighted to be the part of this. With I am, we are having adjectives sorry, surprised, pleased, glad, happy, amazed. And then after to, we can add any verb to make an infinitive. Look at this example. We were surprised to have an unexpected guest in our house. It's not a compound sentence, it's a simple sentence, it's a single clause. And how we are using infinitive? We are using it with the main verb surprised. We were surprised. Why? To have an unexpected guest in our house. Check the next one. Oops, I'm sorry to hurt you. I'm sorry for being late. We can also use a gerund in this sentence. I'm sorry for what? For being late. I'm sorry to hurt you. Infinitive or gerund both can be used in a sentence to have a similar meaning, but the use is little. For example, let's check this. I like to watch movies. I like watching movies. Both these sentences has same meaning, but we are using infinitive in the first one and gerund in the second one. Both are acting as object. In the next one, she loves to play games. She loves playing games. Again, we are having infinitive and gerund as an object. They both have similar meanings, only the usage is different. So it's convenient to use either an infinitive or a gerund to have a similar meaning. Whatever you want to say, it completely depends on you. What do you like or what do you feel convenient to use, either an infinitive or a gerund. Your sentence will have a complete meaning. These are the most common verbs which we use with a gerund or an infinitive, like love, hate, begin, start, can't stand, continue. You can make sentences with these verbs. First, use gerund with all these verbs to make sentences, and then use infinitives. And send me the image of this activity in the group. Here we are having few more examples. She hates to go to the bank. She hates going to the bank. I continue to do my homework. I continued doing my homework. She began to ride her bike in the morning. We have begun riding her bike in the morning. In all these three pairs, meaning is same. In both the ways, our message is clear that she hates to go to the bank. Yeah, she does not like to go to the bank. But it depends that you are using a gerund or an infinitive. In both the cases, we have to use a verb, which is hate, then we have continue, and then we have begin. To make it more clear, just look at this chart over here. In infinitive, we add to, and in gerund, we add ing. To understand infinitives and gerunds better, we are having a story here. Let's read it. My friend Fernando liked to eat McDonald's hamburgers, but he had a problem. He was gaining weight. He decided to go on a diet. He stopped eating fast food and started buying more fruit and vegetables. After a month, he had lost a few pounds, but he wanted to lose more. I suggested joining a gym. Fernando disliked exercising, but he agreed to try it. Now he exercises every day and he looks better. He is looking forward to lose more weight. Read this story and pronounce each and every word properly. Now you can see we are having three different columns below. You can draw these three columns in your copy. You can also copy this story, and what we have to do here is concentrate. We are going to read each sentence individually, and we have to find verbs, infinitives and gerunds. Let's see how we can do this. In the first sentence, my friend Fernando liked to eat McDonald's hamburgers. Here we are having liked, which is a main verb. Now we are having an infinitive to eat. Okay, we can have a verb and an infinitive in a sentence, or we can have a verb or a gerund in a sentence. Next sentence is, but he had a problem. Here we are having had. Okay, now let's take the third one. He was gaining weight. Now this is a continuous sentence, a past continuous sentence, and gaining here is not a gerund. Keep this in mind. Gaining is acting here as a verb, main verb in a continuous tense. He decided to go on a diet. Here, decided is the main verb and to go is an infinitive. Now, can you find out remaining verbs here? You can try it on your own. Let's see. Read this. You can pause the video and you can try to do it on your own. Find all the main verbs, infinitives, and gerunds from the story, and then you can start the video again to check the answer. This can help you a lot. You will review your work. Let's complete the remaining sentences. He stopped eating fast food. Now here we are having stopped and we are having a gerund here. He stopped eating. Eating is acting as a object of this sentence and started buying. We are having one more main verb, started. You people might be confused that why are we having all the ed verbs liked, decided, stopped, started. Why are we not using like, decide, stop, start, gain? We are using second form of verb which we use in past tense because this story has been written in past tense, so that's why we are not using first form of verb. Keep this in mind. We use second form mostly with ed in past tense. Started buying more food. Now buying is again a gerund. Why is it acting like a gerund? Because this is not the verb of the sentence. We are having a verb, started. Buying is the object. He started what? He started buying fruits and vegetables. After a month, he had lost a few pounds. Okay, in this sentence is in perfect tense and here verb is lost. Okay, now you might be having a confusion that we consider had as a main verb in the second sentence. You can see we are having had on the second number, but why we are not using had here? Had acts as auxiliary verb and main verbs as both verbs. In the second sentence, had there is one more exercise which is your assessment. Let's see how well you have understood this. I will share the images of these exercises and I will also share the link of this so you can also print these